Hello YouTube, welcome to the last video of backend at mini Twitter application. We are here want to create the login function that enables the user to log into our system. I'm here as the user controller. If you remember, all these action methods have been created automatically when we did the scaffolding of the controller at the beginning. I don't need all of them. We will create only the action methods that we want, which is the login. Let's start with public HTTP action result. Let's call it login, and of course we are going to pass in username and password. Then let's do a simple validation because we don't want anyone to pass in empty username. So if null or white space, username or password. Let's return bad request with message. Please enter user name and password. This is a very simple validation. If you are doing a real application, not just a demo, we should make it more professional, like using fluent validation. And we also have on our channel at YouTube a video to illustrate a tutorial for how to use fluent validation. It's very important. I suggest you watch it. So let's continue. Else here mean if username and password are real. Let's try and catch. This is the class I'm going to create. Let's add it here. Let's name it user function for the sake of consistency. User functions. Okay. At these functions we are going to add the methods. So we take an instance from the user function and we need to return the user ID of the logged in user. Let's name it get user ID by login and pass in username and password. So from here you can see we created a class called user functions. We need to create method at this class, generate method. This function will take username and password as a parameter and will return integer that is the user ID. Then we need to return OK with the user ID. Of course, remember we didn't create this function yet. Here make a condition if user ID $0, which means there is already a user with these credentials. Return OK. Else let's return bad request with please check correctness of username and password. I hope what I did here is very clear. This is the function that will take in the username and password and return the user ID if there is already a username and password at the database with these credentials. If the user ID more than 0, which means there is already a user with this ID, then return OK. If not, return bad request, checking for the correctness of the entered username and password. If there is an exception, let's return internal server error with the exception, which will be passed in here. Okay, we are done here with the controller. Let's go to this function to do the actual work. This function will take in the username and password and will return integer. So we need connection to the database. I'm trying to do different connecting with the database to give you some insight of how you can do it with different technologies or different methods. We don't need this here. I forgot the name of the okay, so the connection with the database will be opened here and closed here, and in this scope we will do our call user ID db.users dot where, now I think it's easy now, where the username will equal the parameter username and password here we want to return only the user ID, so we'll say select ID and use single or default to return only this specific ID, then return the user ID. Let's build the project to check if we have any errors. Like I said here, we didn't use a fancy or a professional technology. You can see build succeed. We didn't use the fancy or professional technologies to do this login function. It's only just a demo that give you an insight of how to do it. But like I said, we can do validation on the inputs of the username and password with fluent validation. We can do better than bad requests, also with the fluent validation, to check if the user ID is present or not. But this is, like I said, it's a demo. More we want to focus on learning the entity framework, MVC technology, and API. And at the next videos, we will talk about the AngularJS. This is the core of our point from this project. So don't focus on the others. If you want to learn fluent validation, go to our videos on our channel to check this video. It is very important and very helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and wait for our Angular framework tutorials for this project. Goodbye.